Hello, everyone. We are very happy to have you here on the first day of the International Model of United Nations for the UNESCO Center for Peace Summer Program. We are very excited to have you all here. We have here Mr. Giri Joken, the Executive Director of UNESCO Center for Peace, and I am Aireli Luna Garcia, Youth Ambassador for UNESCO Center for Peace in Mexico. Camilo, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Aideli. Well, my name is Camilo Suarez. I am currently the chair of the International Labor Organization in the model of the United Nations of the UNESCO Center for Peace Summer Camp. I have been working with the summer camp for this since 2019 as a facilitator, and I've been working with the UNESCO Center for Peace as a social media coordinator. Um, I currently study law in the University Externado of Colombia here. I am in my fourth year. I am only missing 1 year for graduating. And I have the pleasure for presenting Hugo. He's also Colombian, so for me it's so admirable. So Hugo is the current youth ambassador of Colombia to the FIF Youth Assembly in association
Uh,
with the United. Yes?
Technology.
Okay, I will start again. Don't worry. Hugo Enrique Osorio Hernandez is the current Youth Ambassador of Colombia to the FIF Youth Assembly in association with the United Nations. Recognized as an outstanding Youth Ambassador, he is also delegate and representative to the United Nations Youth Leadership Plenary in ECOSOC in 2020 forum. This youth ambassador has been named by various media sources as one of the most influential young leaders in Colombia at national and international level, a pioneer in youth leadership issues and faithful representative of Colombian youth, carrying the country's flag in an extraordinary manner. As for his studies, Hugo has a degree with honors in political science and international relations from the University of Kent, located in Canterbury, United Kingdom, and a master in international law from the University of East London. In his time as resident in the UK, he worked from various platforms representing the Latin America community, becoming the first young Latin America and therefore the first Colombian to take part in the Youth Forum and to intervene in different events within the London Assembly, the House of Commons of the British Parliament, the British Foreign Office, and the European Parliament in Brussels. He also represented Colombia at the prestigious Global Forum of Young Diplomats in the British capital. Osorio, finally, is a speaker on social entrepreneurship, author of the project titled Dream and Impact, which has taken him to visit various academic institutions in Colombia in more than 15 cities, reaching over 1,000 young people, advising them how to become social entrepreneurs. And he is the director and founder of the GKC Foundation, an organization that works toward the fulfillment of Sustainable Development Objective 4, quality of education. With this foundation, he has directed various educational projects of social impact in Colombian territory. So please, everyone, please welcome Hugo. And Hugo, you have the floor.
Hello, guys. Good morning. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's great to be able to share with you, well, this morning, afternoon, wherever you're watching in the world. It's morning here in Colombia. Yeah, it's just great to be able to share with so many passionate young people who are not only wanting to create social change, but are currently creating social change around the world. So I hope we can enjoy these few minutes together and grow together.
Thank you, Hugo. So, Mr. Giri Joken, the first question is for you.
Okay, thank you very much. I just want to congratulate all of you, Airely, Camilo, Hugo, Nicole, for being here today. Actually, I just realized that you are forming an A team that's going to be at the forefront of the campaign we are on, making sure that the SDGs are a reality. So, Hugo, I listened to you earlier when you were in the room. I'm very happy that the team actually reached out to you, and that from now on you'll be working together to help make these challenges a reality. Nothing is impossible when we put our mind to it. And I'm very confident that all of you together are going to bring that change that we desperately need, and make sure we achieve the SGDs by 2030. Mhm. So my question to you is that, being an immigrant in the United Kingdom, you share the story of your mom who couldn't even speak the language, but who, regardless, was able to surmount all the obstacles and gave you the opportunity to be where you are today. So I would like you to share that experience again here, so that other young people that are facing challenges right now will realize that it's not, challenges are inherent. The most important is to facing them and overcoming them and deciding to make something good out of your life.
Thank you so much. Thank you for once again for the opportunity, and thank you for giving me the chance to share. I was rushing a bit on the other platform because I didn't want to go over time. But yes, as I was saying, my parents migrated to the UK in the 90s. They had a lot of lack of opportunities here in Colombia. They didn't have a degree. So when they got to the UK, the only jobs they had were cleaning nightclubs at night time, cleaning restaurant bars, and that's how they began their work in the UK. But something that has been very very important throughout my career, along with my parents, as you were saying, was that they always motivated me. My parents never limited me. They never said, "Oh." When I used to go past the British Parliament, I used to say, "I want to one day speak there." They never said to me, "That's impossible. You can't. You won't be able to do that." They would always say to me, "If you study, if you work hard, if you persevere, you can accomplish anything you want in life." And I think that was very key. And one of the things I do with my charity, GKC Foundation here in Colombia, is also create sessions with parents, because I believe parents are so important in the development of the career of young people. It has been in my personal case. I don't come, as I was saying in the other platform, I don't come from a rich family or a family with an important surname or many opportunities. I come from a family that migrated because they had nothing. But from nothing, with a lot of work, we have been able to make a lot. So there was a lot of experiences as an immigrant family, not having where to live, um, uh, having to wait for volunteer translators, for volunteer lawyers to help us with our legal status in the UK. I saw the impact that people that just give their time in service to the community had. And that was something that when I used to see this, I used to say, I also want to one day grow to be able to be a voice and to support. And I started my career being a voice for Latin American minorities in the UK when I was only 11 years old. And that's how my career started, because when different media sources found out about an 11-year-old Colombian speaking in London for equal rights, I had radio interviews, and everyone wanted to speak to me, and I didn't know how to cope with that at such a young age. Um, but from there, we have been building a career. And something that you mentioned in the other platform was that it's amazing to see so many Colombians here, and it's something that I feel very proud of, because one of my passions when I was in the UK was also to one day grow up to represent my country the right way. I grew up in the 90s where the image of Colombia internationally was very negative. We were perhaps accused or pointed for very negative things that were in the country, the drug crime, the
Yes.
violence, the
Mhm.
internal conflict, and many times we were treated as drug traffickers, or even people you would joke about it, but it wasn't really funny. It was in some ways sort of discrimination. And when I was very young, I had to say to myself, Colombians are hard workers. Colombians are good people. A few people have created a negative image of our country, but that's not what Colombia is. And one day I want to grow up to represent my country the right way, to show that we are dreamers, that we are perseverers, that we are hard workers, that we are honest. And I was only 7, 8 years old when I was thinking that. I never knew that one day I would have the opportunity of speaking in the UN or international platforms like the Global Diplomatic Forum, and I feel so proud to be able to share what Colombia really is. So my message is always to young people: don't limit yourself from where you are today. Don't look at your circumstance in the present, because if you work hard, many great opportunities can come along the way. And I have found great passion and great joy in serving people and helping young people and creating these educational activities in the Caribbean coast. We've also been working. I forgot to mention, we're working with Afrodescendientes, helping them through the educational process, creating awareness and visibility of different lack of opportunities that they have within South America and within Colombia. So it's just every day I wake up with a new passion to continue serving.
Thank you very much. And the other thing I want to say before I excuse myself, the fact that I also commend you for going back home, because a lot of people stay in the West and is more confident, you know, it's a lot easier over there. The conditions are better, but to going back home in the trenches, that's why I mentioned going back in the trenches earlier in the other platform. So thank you very much and keep on going.
One of the things that I mentioned on the other platform was that it's very important for young people to be focused on their purpose. Because when I was in London and I said I want to go back to Colombia, everyone was like, "Are you okay? Are you crazy?
Exactly.
You're going to leave London, like
Mhm.
a safe city, many opportunities, equality in many cases to go to Colombia." But I was very focused on what I want to do, and we've reached to over 300 children with our charity. We've reached over 1,000 young people here in Colombia, helping them become social entrepreneurs. So I'm very focused on my purpose. And when you're focused on your purpose, everyone watching, whatever negative comments you hear that are not going to distract you of where you want to go, because you know where you're calling and where your career is going to be established. So just focus. I've been able to focus that I want to be in Colombia. I know Colombia is a developing country, but if you're focused on your purpose, you have success wherever in the world you are.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you very much. Um, so the next question goes to Nicole.
Thank you, Nelly. Well, first of all, Hugo, thank you for being here with us. It is truly an honor for having such privileges to meet and get to hear very important and sophisticated people that work really hard to make the world a better place. My question is like, what made you know, or what inspired you to become like the person you are today? So, like the one, like what inspired you to help others and make the world a better place?
And Nicole, do present yourself to the platform, please.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Well, I'm Nicole. I'm from Mexico. I'm 16 years old, and I'm the president of the World Health Organization for IMUN 2020.
Thank you. So now, Hugo, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Nicole. As I was saying, I think it wasn't one experience. I think it was many experiences that shaped my passions in life. As I said also at the beginning, I saw the impact that volunteers had. So many times, for example, I used to suffer when I was very young. I used to suffer from chronic asthma, and many times when we would come to a hospital, we would have to wait for the volunteer translator to be able to translate what I was going through. And these were people that weren't being paid for their job. They weren't receiving money for what they were doing. They were doing it out of service. And throughout my life, I saw so many people that were just willing to give their time up to serve community. In my case, to serve the Latin American community, to serve non-English speakers at the time, to serve immigrants. And that really shaped me to say, one day I have to do the same. One day I have to give back to my community. Um, as I've also mentioned, we went through a very difficult process of establishing ourselves within the UK. It wasn't easy in the 90s. I think immigration is perhaps a bit easier today with social media, with connecting. There wasn't the same opportunities back in the 90s, and I think I admire my parents a lot, because if you told me today to leave everything and go to another country that I don't speak the language, that there's a different culture, different weather, different system, different educational system, different economic system, I think I wouldn't do it. But they were very brave, and many of our parents who did that were very brave, and they faced those challenges to give us the future that we have today. So all those experiences, financial difficulties, going through legal status process to be able to have a legal residence in the UK, all this really motivated me to say one day, you know what, I have to grow up and be a leader. And also growing up in the UK, I saw a lot of equality of opportunity. I saw what could be considered a very good educational system, as I say, with equality of opportunity for all. And I said, you know what, if the UK has this, then every country in the world should have the same. It's not fair that over 1 million children in Colombia are not assisting school. What will happen of the future of these children? What will be of the future of these children in 10 years if they have no education? You know, I heard a fact not long ago. If we're able to teach every single human being in the world basic reading and writing skills. Poverty will be tackled for over 14 million people in the world just by teaching people basic skills of reading and writing. I read that not long ago. So it's just amazing to be able to put our life in service to others. And I think there's a challenge because we also want to have, as young people, we also want to build our finances. We also want to have stable jobs. We also want to have a good income, right? But it's also good to know that we can put that in service to others.
Thank you, Hugo. And now for the last 3 minutes of the interview, Camilo, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Aideli. I just want to ask you a very little question, and is how have you been breaking all the stereotypes that have Colombian people in this, yeah, in these international situations?
That's a very good question because remember when I was talking that in the 90s we had a negative image internationally, but still today, actually in the Global Diplomatic Forum in London, United Kingdom, last year, July 2019, as soon as I said as I said I was from Colombia, someone said, "Oh, I've been watching the series Narcos on Netflix." So still today we are fighting with that stereotype. I think Camilo, as young people, we have a great responsibility. That is whatever position you are giving up. For example, the position that you guys have today to be in this platform, do it the best way. There is no better way to reach success, to change the image that people have than working. I believe in protest. I believe it's a democratic right. But for example, I also believe that Obama was able to be the first black president of America through a lot of hard work. And I think we need to be that generation who are willing also to work really hard. When people see our work, they're going to see the positivity that we are causing in the world, and they're going to say, "Hey, you know what? I met Hugo in an event, and I saw that Colombians are not what I thought. Young people are not what I thought. Latin Americans are not what I thought. Latin Americans are not what Netflix is promoting or what the media is promoting. They are hardworking. They are persevering. They are dreamers." So I think one of the things I've had is to work really hard. I don't think the title makes someone, but we make the title. So not just because I'm a youth ambassador or I'm in the UN Youth Plenary, then that is wow. No, I give it the wow factor through the work that I carry out, through being in these platforms, through working in motivating young people to be social entrepreneurs, by building educational projects in the Caribbean coast of Colombia. So through that work, people are going to change the negative image that they have. So my message for all of you today is just be very, very, very hard workers. You guys are much younger than me, so you have a long way to go, and take advantage of every single moment along the way.
Thank you so much for your answer.
Yeah, thank you, Hugo. Well, I may tell you that as a fellow youth ambassador, it's very special for me to meet you. I am so happy that we have people representing Latin America, and most of all for you to be sharing your experience. I know that many people have a lot to learn from you, and we were very happy to have you. I we wish for your success and for your career it to continue growing, and you know that while in UNESCO Center for Peace here, you are now part of our family. So
Thank you.
anytime a call, a knock on the door, we're going to be there for you.
And
So
I'm also here to serve any of you guys that are watching. As I said on the other platform, if you guys want advice with Dream and Impact, that is something we're offering young people. If you want to build a social organization, sometimes we don't find the support as young people. When I wanted to open a charity, I didn't find support. I didn't have a mentor to help me along the way. I learned by myself. So if there's young people here who want advice, who want to open a social organization, who want to create social impact, and you want just someone to help you along the way, make sure you connect with us in my Instagram page at Hugo Enrique Osorio, or my charity at GKC Foundation. And through Dream and Impact, our program, we can offer our help to all of you.
thank you very much, Hugo.
Thank you.